synthesis of proteins, synthesis of proteins with the help of mRNA, ribosomes and tRNA, called as what? Translation. So this translation is nothing but the DNA information which is there, and the DNA information is copied in mRNA. Okay, so that is the genetic code which is copied in mRNA, and mRNA is single stranded with 5' to 3' direction, and this mRNA now will be utilized. For example, there are codes present on mRNA. Okay, so these codes are utilized or decoded for synthesizing what? Proteins. Now next come to how it will carry out. So there are 3 steps. One is initiation, second one is elongation, and third one is termination. Initiation, elongation, termination. So this is the first step, second step, third step. So before going to start with this process, you should know about the structure of tRNA. So tRNA structure here we will draw. tRNA. The traditional structure, which is called Chlorleyth model of tRNA. Okay. In this is the amino acid binding site, and this is anticodon loop. So these two sites are very, very important in tRNA. This site or the amino acid site, anticodon loop will help to bind the mRNA, and this site will help to bind the amino acids. So let's come to, before going to start with the initiation, elongation and termination, first of all there should be activation of tRNA, called as charging of tRNA. So how charging of tRNA takes place? That amino acid will bind to tRNA. Amino acid will bind to tRNA. How it will bind? First of all, amino acid reacts with ATP. And converts into amino acid AMP complex plus 2 inorganic phosphate. Okay. Next, that amino acid AMP complex reacts with what we call as tRNA, and finally amino acid tRNA complex is formed, that is charging of tRNA, and plus AMP and enzyme is released, and this reaction is carried out by amino acyl tRNA synthetase enzyme. So this reaction is carried out by which enzyme? Amino acyl tRNA synthetase enzyme. And this is the first step of this reaction and second step of the reaction. Okay. Next come to tRNA. It is a charged tRNA. Charged tRNA. Now after charging the tRNA, the next process is initiation process. What will happen in initiation process? Initiation process. In initiation process, this is the mRNA, messenger RNA. Why? Because it carries the information of DNA. 5' to 3'. Now, first of all, the smaller subunit of ribosome will bind. Then the larger subunit of ribosome will bind. So, along the smaller subunit, the initiation factor 1 and initiation factor 3 are binding. And now here the larger subunit is 50S subunit and smaller subunit is 30S subunit. Now in larger subunit there are two sites mainly. One is a A site and another one is a P site. So this is a A site and this is a P site. Okay. So on P site there is a first codon AUG. The P side there is a first codon AUG. So this will take place in initiation. And along with that, now the tRNA will be added to this in the P side. In the P side with the first amino acid, that is methionine. That's why it is written as met. So here you can imagine that here the amino acid binding site and the first amino acid is methionine. Okay. Now next what will happen? So this takes place in the initiation. Next is elongation. So now that unit is ready, that is called as translation unit. One is with large subunit, one is small subunit, one is P site, one is A site. Now the P site is occupied by the tRNA with methionine because the first codon is AUG. Now in elongation, what will happen? The next codon is suppose UUU, which codes for phenylalanine. So next codon is UUU, which is present in the A site, and this is present in the P site. The next codon UUU and the tRNA carries a phenylalanine amino acid. Now this tRNA will come and sit here with the phenylalanine. After that, what will happen? The peptide bond is formed between methionine and phenylalanine. So when the peptide bond is formed between methionine and phenylalanine, then next what happens? Next, the tRNA will be what? Free, because already I told you that when there is a formation of bond between amino acid and tRNA, there is a large amount of energy, and because of large amount of energy, the bond which is formed, which is what? Weak bond, which is unstable bond. That's why this bond will break and methionine phenylalanine bond is formed. That is what? A dipeptide bond. Dipeptide. Why it is called as dipeptide? Because the bond between two amino acids. That's di refers to two. So peptide bond is the name of the bond. So now tRNA is free. Now this tRNA will go to exit site. Okay. Now this methionine will go to first phenylalanine, then this methionine will bind to this phenylalanine. So that's why first amino acid is methionine, amino acid 1, second is amino acid 2. Okay. Now this P site is empty. Now this ribosomal subunit will move one genetic code forward, and automatically this T will come here. Okay. This T will come here. Cysteine will come here with phenylalanine and methionine in the P side. Now A side is empty. Now next code is suppose XYZ is a code. For that, if suppose the amino acid is tyrosine, then that tRNA will come in A side. Again the bond between what we call as bond between phenylalanine and this tRNA will break, and the bond between phenylalanine and tyrosine will form. Again this tRNA will go to exit side. Now again this will be what coming to this side. So next is what from A side it will come to P side. tRNA with tyrosine, phenylalanine and methionine. So this is first one, this is second one, this is third one. Now again the site is empty. Again there one more genetic code will move forward and keep like this. About 1 to 20 amino acids are added, and once this is called elongation, and this elongation where elongation factors are involved in this elongation procedure. Elongation is nothing but adding the amino acid. Now last step is termination. So as I told you, there are some non-coding what we call as genetic codes. For example, UAA, UAG, UGA. These three are called as stop codons. Now in termination, the termination factors will join what we call as this mRNA, and finally what will happen in mRNA, finally suppose out of these three, suppose UAA at last this is found at this point, the polypeptide formation will stop, and this is called termination of translation, and finally you will get amino acid 1, 2, 3, 4, suppose like 20. So this is what the chain is formed, and this is nothing but a polypeptide. Now at that point of termination, the ribosomal subunit dissociates, they will separate, even the tRNA will go, even whole mRNA will also be separated from the translation unit, and finally what we got, that is nothing but polypeptide, and polypeptide gives a protein, and protein gives what? A character in our body. So it will be a skin color, hair color, whatever characters are there, that is because of that synthesized protein. So it may be internal characters also and external characters also. So this is about translation. So please remember, in translation first is activation of tRNA, that is also called as charging of tRNA. Next is initiation where the ribosomal subunit will bind to the mRNA, and elongation, the polypeptide chain is formed, and termination, the polypeptide chain formation will stop.